dating coach and relationship expert Jennifer Hurwitz, and welcome to Doing Relationships Right. Raw, authentic, and insightful, this podcast is a no bullshit look at all things dating and relationships. The good, the not so good, and the what the hell was that? No worries, I've got you, and we'll figure it all out together without taking ourselves too seriously here on Doing Relationships Right. Here you are at midlife. Your boobs have entered a new zip code. You have genes older than your daughter's new fiance. And now you're single again. But is that cause for a crisis? Hell no. It's time to pick yourself up, Buttercup. Whether you're freshly unhitched, just dipping your toesies back into the dating pool, or ready to dive into a new relationship, my new book, Midlife Priceless, a dating coach's guide to finally doing relationships right, has you covered with new dating and relationship advice tailored to meet you wherever you are in your relationship journey. Join me, Jennifer Hurwitz, author of best-selling books, One Happy Divorce and Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda, as I share BS-free tips and laugh out loud personal anecdotes to help set you on the path toward finally doing dating and relationships right. Grab your copy of my new book, Midlife Priceless, at jenniferhurwitz.com. That's jenniferhurwitz.com. Good morning. This is Jennifer Hurwitz. I'm your host of Doing Relationships Right, and I'm here today to talk about big mistakes that people make in the early stages of dating. Okay, they're not so big. I mean, I guess they're big, but they're common, and y'all are making them, and I'm going to help you. So in the early stages of dating, it's easy to make mistakes that can wreck your relationship. You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself, you guys. So I made a list of 10 things that you should avoid doing during the first months of dating if you want to keep your relationship strong and, successful. Like, here's the deal. I'm not talking about things like these things are not like, if you're dating for a year, I'm talking about like in the beginning, before the 3-month mark. I always say 90 days, y'all. You got to make it to 90 days, and anybody can put on a show for 90 days. Trust me, I know this. So here are some common mistakes and how to avoid them and how to avoid damaging a new relationship. Okay. Number 1, your interests are important. Your interests. Okay. You got to remember that you don't give up your entire life for this new person you're dating. I don't want you to fake that you're busy. I don't want you to play games and say, oh, I'm busy all the time. I'm busy. No. But don't give up what you're doing. If you like to play pickleball every Tuesday night and the guy asks you out to play, to go to watch a baseball game and you have pickleball, don't cancel with your friends. Don't be like, no, I'm going to make up some excuse. No, you stay with the pickleball game that you have and you say to the guy, oh, I'm so sorry I have plans. I'll catch you another night. Okay. Your interests are important. Don't change what you're doing to fit the other person's schedule. It'll bite you in the ass in the long run. Okay. If you like to go hiking and he doesn't like to hike or vice versa, you know what? Stay with your hiking group. And, he doesn't have to come hiking with you, but are you going to stop hiking because you're dating someone who doesn't like to hike? No. Your interests are important. Number 2, don't be doing anything that feels permanent at this point in the relationship or the dating stages. Okay. Don't be a big dummy and give him a key to your house. Don't start making plans for the future. Don't share with her the passcode to your front door or to a special, code to your blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Don't share your deepest, darkest secrets. Y'all, this is a stranger. This person you've been dating 3 times. I mean, you don't know this person. You don't know them. So why are you telling them things that, are so important to you that you wouldn't share with a girlfriend that you've known for 3 years? Okay. And for God's sake, please, for the love of all things holy, do not send anyone that you've not been dating for longer than at least 3 months nude pictures of your body. I don't care if you cut off your face. I don't care. Stop sending nudes. Stop doing the sexting. Been there, done it. I have clients that have been there and done it that have regretted every nude they've sent. They've also, I'm just saying, they say sexual things, they sext back and forth, and they wish that they never did. It opens a whole other Pandora's box to things that are just, please, just don't do it. Please just don't do it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Where am I? I'm getting all verklempt. 1, 2, I made a list. 3, avoid actions in early stages of dating. Avoid actions that feel controlling either way. Okay. Avoid stalking them on social media. Okay. Now let me just tell you this. People know. You know when someone's looking at your social media, if they're orbiting you, right? You can tell if they like your stuff. If you're on LinkedIn, you can see, unless you have a premium account. Sorry, I can't even speak today. Don't overstock. That's first of all. Don't overmessage them. That looks controlling. Don't, ask questions like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Where have you been? Asking questions about their whereabouts. What are they doing next week? And stop questioning their actions. Oh, well, you didn't say you were going there, or, well, I don't know, like, you said you were going to such and such. Why did you end up going to where? Like, those things are like super controlling. And nobody likes to be controlled, especially that early on in a relationship. It feels funky. Like it makes the hair on your neck stand up. It should. If someone's asking you questions about your whereabouts in the first month you're dating, or questioning, like why you did something, or why you didn't do something. Which leads to number 4, don't ignore the red flags. You can't change red flags, y'all. If they're red, they're red. If they're pink or beige, which is so stupid, but if they're pink or beige, take a little time to see. Red flags are red fucking flags. Okay. I've ignored red flags, and I'm telling you, it has just bitten me so hard in the butt. I knew they were red flags. I said, oh my God, I made excuses. No. He has a horrible ex-wife, or he's just in a bad place, or I can fix him, or I can make it better. No, fuck that. You can't. It's a red flag. Please just get out of it. Get out of a relationship at the beginning so you can, find a person who is right for you, or that doesn't waste your fucking time. If someone is, emotionally unavailable, you're going to know it. You're going to know it in the first month. Look for the signs. Okay. We know the signs. If they say they're too busy, if they cancel plans, if they're not showing up for you, watch their actions. Okay. We're not worried about the words. Watch their actions. Number 5, I'm going so fast today. Isn't this fun? Number 5, stop comparing them to the last person you dated. Okay. Cause in your head, if that last person you dated was someone that you really, really liked, they're never going to measure up. And if it's someone that you really, really didn't like, you're going to be looking for the nitpicky things that person did. Oh, well, that's a trigger for me. I stopped doing that. That's a trigger. And I can't stand that either, because you can't blame the next person that you're dating for the stuff that bothered you in the past. Yes, of course, if something triggers you, you're going to mention it. Like, you know what? This is a trigger for me, but it's a trigger for you. It's your trigger. So as you get into dating, you'll share it, but not in the first month. Not in the first month. You're not going to sit down a second date and say, just so you know, if you use this kind of tone of voice with me, I will be triggered. I mean, no, please. Just have fun. Dating is supposed to be fun, and you just learn about each other, and you laugh and you tell jokes and blah, blah, blah. Oy vey. Okay. That's number 5. Number 6, set boundaries and keep them. If you have boundaries, like, no, you're not meeting my kids. I said you're not meeting my kids. Okay. Or this is when I feel comfortable, meeting you in a public place. Like, I feel comfortable meeting you for coffee, but I don't feel comfortable meeting you for dinner yet. If they push you, if the person is, kind of like giving you shit about it or making fun of you, like, oh God, come on, you're kidding. That's not your person. If someone is pushing the boundaries that you've set, red flag, red flag. Stick to your boundaries, and, they're there for a reason. You've placed those boundaries because, they feel safe to you and they're healthy. And if you've set healthy boundaries and someone else is pushing them, bye-bye. Number 7, take your time, y'all. Take your time, please. Please. I know that sometimes in the beginning of a relationship, it feels so good. And it feels so real. And oh my gosh, you have so much potential. And you've made this person like this idea of this person in your head. And you've put him up on a pedestal, and she's fabulous and gorgeous and so funny and smart. And guess what? take your time, because there's still going to be all those things in 3 months or 4 months or 5 months if the relationship is right. If the person is right, nothing's going to change. They're still going to be that person. But at least you've taken the time to see if you work together. Okay. Someone can be all those things on their own, and you can be all those things on your own, but together you just may not work. You may not be compatible. So take your time and see. Okay. Which leads me to number 8, which is please, please, please wait. Take your time to bring up love, to talk about love, to say you're in love, to say you're in lust, to have the feelings. I feel all the feels in the first month or 2. You don't. Trust me. You are not in love with the person in the first week. You are not in love in the first 3 months. You may be in lust. Sure. You may have some feelings that are, chemically induced, oxytocin and dopamine, and that rush of hormones that you feel when you're hot and turned on and bothered by someone. Chemistry is there. You feel all the feels, but that is not love. Do not mistake chemistry and that rush of yumminess for love. You'll be very, very disappointed, if it doesn't continue. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. Number 9, I'm almost done. Hope you're listening. Number 9, stop making assumptions and creating narratives about everything. You only know what you know. I tell my clients this all the time. You don't know what the other person's thinking. You have no idea. We can sit there and we can go over and over and spin out. We can make up stories. We can say, oh, well, he's not texting back because X, Y, or Z, or he's just da-da-da-da-da, or she's got this going on. You don't know. The only way you know what's in someone else's mind or what they're thinking is to ask them. If you want to ask someone what they're thinking, by all means, go ahead. But you are going to risk looking like, it's a little bit too much maybe in the first month. Asking them, why you text them 4 times and they didn't respond. Do you know why? If you've texted someone 4 times and they didn't respond, why? You don't need to make anything up. It's actions. Their actions are showing you they are not interested. Hard to hear, easy to understand. You've got to watch. That's my number 10. Actions it's your new love language. Okay. If you're a words person, it's very difficult to date in the first 3 or 4 months. I know I'm a words person. I need to hear it. I want to hear it. I need the affirmation. I need someone to say, I like you, Hurwitz. I want to be with you, Hurwitz. You're my person, Hurwitz. Guess what? If they're not showing up, they're not my person. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they tell me how much they love me in the first 3 months. Oh my God, you're the greatest thing ever, Jennifer. You're the person I've always wanted to be with. I've waited my whole life for you. Bullshit. If they can't show up for me, then they're not my person, because actions and words have to match. In fact, forget the words. That's love bombing. We don't want that bullshit. You want actions. You want that person to show up on the daily. They text back. They're consistent. I mean, I don't know how many times I can say this, y'all. Trust me, I've been there. My last relationship, I mean, it was all words. Words were the most beautiful words, the text, the words. He never fucking showed up. Never showed up. Okay. So you know what? You want someone like that? No, God, no, you don't. Okay. Now look, new love interests, they sound convincing with their words. Their actions ultimately speak louder than anything they say. Stay mindful of the actions. Okay. They can oftentimes, new relationships, women and men can use deceit to get what they want. Love bombing can happen both ways, men and women. We know this. Are they attentive between dates? Do they keep in touch? Do they put down their phone and focus on you during a date? Asking about your interests, your hobbies, your goals. These are the behaviors that let you know that they want to be involved in your life. Okay. Do they make plans with you the next, you're on a date and they're like, I'd love to see you next week. That's a sign. I'm not talking about the future. Okay. You're not going to talk about the future and calendarize next Christmas, we're going to be together. That's no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to, that's a little bit, no, that's not what we're going to do. But asking for plans the next week, if you've had a good time, texting after a date, saying thank you. All of those things are super important if you want your relationship to move forward and be successful. Okay. But just take it slowly. You can always add information, but you can't take it away. It's something I share with my clients all the time. Once it's out there, once you've opened your mouth and you put it all out there, it's out there. You've left a footprint. Remember, this person is a stranger. Okay. Would you give this stranger that you've known for 3 dates, the keys to your house? No. Matthew Hussey says it all the time. Would you give this person the keys to your house? No. Then why are you giving them the keys to your heart? Why are you giving them the keys to anything, your soul, your mind? Okay. Remember, they're a stranger. Even if you think you're in love and this is the one, the rose colored glasses will come off, and somewhere, okay, they'll come off around 90 days. And then what? Okay. Avoid jumping to conclusions, avoid making assumptions, and avoid making a serious commitment too soon, to avoid heartbreak. That's all I have to say. Okay. If you want to avoid heartbreak and you want to have a good, solid foundation, and you got to move slowly. I have clients that come to me and, we're talking and they're like, I went out with this guy and we went on, 3 dates and he's the one and I just know it. And he texts back, and have you slept with him yet? Because when you sleep with them, he's not going to text you back. He's just not. And if he does, it's a rare occurrence. Okay. Most of these people, especially, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. And I'm going to get pushback for this. Men who are divorced, 40s, 50s, 60s, they're not looking. A lot of them are not looking for a long-term marriage. They don't want a marriage. They want a date. They want to date. They've been married. They've done that. And they're looking for a commitment, some of them, and they want to date one person, but they don't want all the agita and bullshit that comes along with it. Okay. So ladies, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Do what feels good, but don't do too much. That's all I got to say. I mean, it's easy peasy, rice and cheesy. 15 minutes with me today in this Just Jen. One thing I wanted to share on January 20th in Charlotte, if you live in Charlotte, at Carmel Hills Country Club, I'm speaking about menopause, midlife, midlife priceless, how menopause, all that good stuff, menopause, and there are going to be doctors there and lots of great people. And I don't know, it's going to be a great thing. It's from your midlife. It's, oh God, I can't even remember the flipping name of it. Jennifer, for the love of God. Your Marvelous Midlife is presenting hot flashes and cool conversations. Okay. So come join me. We're going to, help change the way you view the change of life. Okay. We want to make it cool to talk about menopause. We have, important issues concerning menopause. Doctors and experts will cover topics such as, what are the symptoms of menopause? What are treatment options? How long do menopause symptoms last? What the heck is menopause? What is really going on with my body? Exercise, nutrition, fashion, and more. I will be there. I'm so excited. It's going to be a great time. It's January 20th in Charlotte, Carmel Hills Country Club. You can find information. I'm going to leave the ticket sale information on my show notes. So please join me. And if you use the code Jennifer, that's one word, Jennifer, you get $30 off your ticket. So let's have fun together and check it out. And of course, I will be there talking and hanging out and selling my books. So that's fun. Everybody, have a happy day. Do something fun for yourself. Get out there and be marvelous. Peace, love, and so much truth. Bye, y'all. Hey, thanks for listening to Doing Relationships Right. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the show, subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast episodes. And please grab my books, One Happy Divorce and Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda, on my website, jenniferhurwitz.com. And look out for my new book, all about doing dating right, coming soon. As usual, thanks for listening. See you next week. Peace, love, and truth.